think about some things that motivate you. What motivates you? Grades, food, praise from your friends and family. What motivation essentially is, it's what drives our behavior. It is nature and nurture working together in order to drive our behavior. It's what connects our observable behavior, the behaviors we engage in, to how we're feeling on the inside, to our emotional states that we're learning about in this unit. It's what accounts for variability in our behavior when everything else might be constant. There are sometimes certain factors or certain circumstances, sometimes externally, sometimes internally, that account for why we're at times more motivated than at other times. And motivation is what enables us to persist and persevere even in times when we might be facing adversity. We're going to start off distinguishing between a drive and a motive. So a drive is biologically instigated. An example of a drive would be hunger, thirst, and sex, all of which we talk about in this unit. These are examples of biological motivations that are rooted in survival and reproduction. Either individual survival, like in the case of hunger or thirst. Obviously, we're motivated to eat and drink in order to survive. And then sex in terms of the importance of the survival of the species via reproduction. A motive, on the other hand, is internal. It directs our behavior. It's something that we've learned. It's not biologically based. Like, we're not born being motivated by money or grades, achievement. These are things that we learn over time. We come to associate money perhaps with things that we come by that we like, that might make us feel good, at least in the short term. We might come to learn to associate grades with a certain sense of praise, which again might lead us, at least for a time, to feel happy. These are motives, right? Drives are biological, motives are not. They're learned. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. I want you to think about something that you do just because you love it. Not because anyone's giving you any kind of a reward for doing it. You're not getting a grade. You're practicing your instrument, but not because you're going to get graded for playing a song in a particular way or playing a song well. You're just playing your instrument because you really love it. This is intrinsic motivation. The motivation comes from within us. Whereas extrinsic motivation, our motivation is coming from external rewards. External rewards are motivating our behavior. External consequences are motivating our behavior. So maybe you're not showing up at work just because, but you're showing up at work because you're going to get a paycheck. That would be an example of something you're extrinsically motivated to do. Maybe you're taking a super tough AP class not because you really enjoy the subject, but you know you're going to get a grade that's going to look good on a transcript that's going to get you into college. That would be an example of extrinsic motivation. Perhaps you've before experienced what it's like to be, quote, in the zone, to be in this optimal state of intrinsic motivation that we call flow. Flow occurs when there's kind of just the right mix of your personal skill level and the difficulty of the task. So we've got this sweet spot right here where a task isn't too difficult and anxiety producing. I can do it. It's not so easy that I'm going to get bored. Think of a time when you're doing something that you really enjoy and you just kind of lose track of time. You're so fully focused and immersed and energized and you're enjoying it so much. You're really concentrating on it. Think about those times that you're in that flow state or this optimal state of intrinsic motivation. Chances are you've experienced it before.